Hey everyone, Jeff Horowitz with Dentists in the Know. We're here at the Chicago Midwinter Dental Meeting 2026 with one of the most famous faces on the internet. And it's not just a pretty face, ladies and gentlemen. This is also the VP of Business Development for Mango, which is an incredible technology that we use in our practice. It integrates with so many practice management softwares. I actually just want to go straight to you, Richard. First of all, thank you for being here. It's always great to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me come and do this with you guys. You guys have the funnest group.
And we all have to get a hug in here.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
But thanks for coming by. Tell, for the people who may not know everything about Mango, because it's such a tool that allows you to do so many things in your practice, and it creates efficiency. It in a way improves the revenue cycle. It does so many things that are not really talked about. So tell our audience about what Mango is and maybe some of the history.
Yeah, I mean, people think Mango and they're like, what is that? I mean, we're talking about the fruit, right? No, It's Mango Voice. We're a phone company, so voice over IP, VoIP, and what we do is we provide a superior service to dentistry, like in the sense that you're not just getting a phone system, you're getting a custom onboarding, you're getting the top features that you'd have to pay even more for, all just bundled into your suite. And, we just do a better job of actually taking care of our customers than anybody else does. And so whether you're a single location like startup that just needs to get a phone number and a mobile app, we can do that. Or if you're a multi-site practice and we have a lot of phones and you need a lot of implementation and heavy lifting, we can take care of that too. So
yeah. So I think you touched on something that I think I'd love for you to elaborate on, which is the mobile app.
Yeah.
That is, to me, that is pretty much what makes this thing a must-have for any practice. So talk about how someone coming from, I hope there's not a lot of people still on landlines, but if someone is moving to a voice over internet protocol system, how important is that app, and what are the ways that app can make an office more productive?
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be surprised at how many are still on landlines.
Yeah, it's amazing to me.
And they're paying way too much money for rollover
one
lines.
line equals one line, right?
No, if you're getting a busy signal, this day and age, it's a signal of death actually. But the mobile app is great because what it allows you to do is take your practice with you wherever you go. I mean, so people get busy, they're on the go. Some of these practice owners they're not just the dentist, they're also, the treatment coordinator, and they're hiring, and they're locking up shop and opening up shop, and they're doing so much. And they're, full-time mom or dad too. So maybe you need to take calls on the go or on the weekend, because every missed call is missed revenue, right? So instead of giving out your cell phone number.
Right, yeah, that's the key here. Follow-up calls, anything from the office. You don't want your cell phone number floating out there.
You don't have to give out your cell phone number. You don't have to give out your personal number. You can do it all from a mobile app you download to your cell phone. So all your calls are coming from your business number. So all your phone calls, texts, everything is happening from your cell phone, which all of us know how to use a cell phone now, right?
I hope.
We hope.
Yeah.
And you basically can never miss an opportunity.
Yeah. I have a bag phone. Will it work with that? You remember those? You're not even old enough to remember bag phones.
I do know. I've seen them in museums.
I actually had one. It was crazy, man. Antenna that flipped up from the bag. Yeah.
Out of the bag. You're like, wow. I mean, we could try. We could try to make it work, but why not?
No harm. It'd be fun. It'd actually be fun to get our hands on.
Maybe I'll just start packing one around the trade shows. Yeah.
So, but that brings me to another topic, which is integration. I think, one fear and one friction point for a lot of dental offices. I don't want to change our systems. I don't want to upset the apple cart. I don't want to get my front desk unhappy.
Yeah.
Now, what I will tell you from a personal standpoint is that this was one of the easiest integrations we ever had. And the second it was put in, so we use Curve. It integrated beautifully with Curve. And I know that you integrate beautifully with a lot of other software systems as well. They're authorized integrations. It's not just a bridge to sneak in and work with other companies. But I will tell you that this was one of the easiest integrations that we did. And I think it goes back to the level of customer support that you guys are so dedicated to. So maybe talk a little bit about what integration looks like for a dentist coming on board.
Yeah, I mean, I think you touched on a lot of things there. Integrating means a lot of things. We're integrating into your practice, meaning we're onboarding you and like going to get you set up in a way that no one else does. It's very custom, very white glove.
Right.
You're gonna have a dedicated touch point. It's not gonna just be here's the instruction manuals and good luck and try to figure it out. But then, whatever software you're using, whether it's a cloud-based practice management software or an on-prem service, Mango integrates with it in a very seamless way. And when you get your phones implemented into the office, we can very easily activate those integrations. So now all your call data syncs up with your practice management software, which just creates efficiencies. And any good doctor or good practice that can create efficiencies can create more revenue. So that's the whole goal there for you, to take all that heavy lifting and burden of how does this work? How does this integrate? We take care of that.
That is amazing.
So you can get more at the end of the day.
So and talk a little bit about the customer support side of this, because that's what, at the end of the day, a dentist just wants to know something goes wrong. I want to make a phone call and be done with it.
Yeah. No, it's a crazy notion. We're a phone company, and we believe that if someone calls us, we should answer the phone. I mean,
how novel.
Yeah, I know, very old school idea, right? That if the phone rings, I'm not going to just send it to voicemail. Mango's unique in that we're probably one of the last phone companies in dentistry that still does all of their support in-house, meaning that we don't outsource it to anyone. Like, all of our employees are based in a call center in Utah, where we're from. So, we got a great group of people that manage every single call that comes in.
Yeah.
So, and you can get to know these people too. Like, you'll basically get like your own account rep. So, we have a less than 1 minute answer rate. Meaning,
that is actually what I was going to say, is that the calls are answered so quickly. I have never had someone come back and say, I tried to get a hold of Mango and had an issue.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's technology, and anyone who claims that it's going to be perfect is just fibbing, right? Like, I mean, all things break and have problems. But what we can guarantee is that we'll answer. Like, we have great uptime and great service. We do a great job there. But if something does go wrong, no matter how big or small, you're gonna talk to a live person that works for Mango to troubleshoot whatever's going on.
You just made me think of something, talking about a live person, because there still has to be those human touch points in everything 100%. We do in dentistry. And I think one of the pain points is, we can get a great phone system in, we can get it integrated with all of our technology, and we can do all these wonderful things, but what is being said by your team members once that call comes through? We've got it down to a science, but now what's happening when that person actually answers the call? And I think Mango is coming up with a solution for that.
It's some really exciting things, and I think this is also another way that we differentiate, is we're actively trying to help the practices get better. So two things to speak on that. One, we have Mango AI, which actually records the calls, transcribes them, and then gives you a summary of those conversations, so you can have some actual data on how your team performed on the calls. But even more than that, we're taking it to another level. We've partnered with Laura Nelson, who's a very great consultant and coach, and we're launching a phone coaching program for the team members in your office. So not everyone that works at the front desk, shocker, is trained on sales or how to book people, or goes through a rigorous, like, what if I get some pushback from my patients?
Well, and every new person I've ever had come in at the front desk thinks more is better. That the more they speak, the more information that they give out at that phone call is, the patient's going to love us because I gave him all this information. And actually what we find is conversion is so much better if you can keep it clear, concise, and get to the point. So I think that training is going to be huge for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see the problem of, we're the phone company, right? So we have the technology, we have the call logs, we see the problem. And so we went out and found some experts that said, what is the solution? And we've created a coaching program that you can get access to. And actually, the whole idea is to get more conversion, like what you spoke about. And,
Yeah, anyone can get the phone to ring. It's what you do when the phone finally rings. That's the piece that so many of us miss. And I actually did formal training in that a long time ago. And it was probably one of the best places that I ever spent money for training for the team was in that because
Yeah.
of the way, we converted. I thought more was better.
Yeah,
I mean,
you think that, right?
Yeah.
More conversation, get to
Yeah,
know them better.
right.
Like
We're going to become best friends on the phone right now.
yeah, time is money. So okay, I want to get booked and get them in,
Yeah.
and that's the goal, right? And to do it in a polite and kind way,
And professional. Yeah.
100%.
So I love that. Now, tell us, is there anything else? I know some of it has to be kept under wraps. Anything else coming down the pike for Mango, and what do you see the future of the company? Doing?
I mean, along with continuing to be,
You guys are always innovating, and that's why I asked that
mean,
question.
Always, the stability of the platform is number one, making sure we always have uptime, and we're constantly working to expand Mango's infrastructure, so that we can always have good uptime, no drop calls, no lag. But the big thing is AI, right? And so, yes, we want to coach and train your front office, your front desk team members on how to answer the calls.
Yeah.
But also, no one can answer every single call. There's after-hour calls. There's, outbound calls you want to make that maybe you couldn't do. There is, so much. You go to lunch, you go on vacation. There's always going to be missed opportunities, and so we have Margot now, which is our AI receptionist. Margot the Mango.
Clever name, yeah.
Yeah, she's as pleasant at 5 a.m. as she is at 5 p.m. And she
never
doesn't-
has a hangover.
Yeah, never has a hangover. If the phone's ringing at 4:58, she doesn't I'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll let it go to voicemail. She'll pick.
I
it
have
up.
a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, I gotta run. None of that, and we're working with these practice management softwares to have Margot do the scheduling and confirm appointments, and that's the next step. And we believe that people are always going to want to talk to a person. That first line of defense should always be people.
But you got to have a backup plan.
You got to have a backup, and we see this across the board. The average dental practice still misses 35% of their calls. Even
that much.
Wow. And some of these practices think they're doing very good, and we have some really great reports that can show this to them. So it's like, okay, what does someone do? What does a patient do if they call a practice and nobody answers? They Google the next dental practice and you lose a patient. So with an AI receptionist, it can answer all the questions about your practice, it can book, it can confirm, all these different things. So missed calls are no longer missed opportunities.
I love it as a backup plan.
Yeah.
So, gosh, you guys are doing so much great stuff
we're
for
trying.
dentistry, and I'll tell you, this is an absolute no-brainer. Mango makes your practice better, it makes your life better, it makes your communication better. You just stop missing stuff that you were missing before. And the analytics. I mean, if you're willing to just take a second and look at how many calls you're getting, look at how many you're missing, look at what's being said when the calls are actually coming through. I just think this is one of the most valuable tools for any dental office. And I appreciate our partnership. I appreciate you being a friend to Dentists in the Know, for supporting education, and for everything you're doing for the industry.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, you guys have the best group. It's always been so fun,
Yeah.
and the members of your guys' group are great. We got a lot of clients in
Yeah.
the group, and
That's awesome.
And the great thing too is they're always looking to innovate too. So that's why I think it works out really well, because we're a company that's trying to provide new and enhanced technology, and they're looking for that too.
Our people, the people who listen to us and watch us, they know we're not just letting anybody partner with us. That we're only talking about stuff that works in our offices,
Absolutely.
that we can vet, because at the end of the day, we're all supported by people like you, and we're on the podium, and if we start throwing stuff out there that people can't trust and really put all their enthusiasm behind, then we lose everything. So
Well, and that means a lot to us too. So we always want to live, every day we try to live up to that trust. So.
Well, you've earned it, my friend.
All right.
Great talking to you.
Yeah, thanks for having us again.
So now you know the face, and now you're going to see it all over your phone. So Richard May, great guy, Mango Voice. Please check them out, because it's such a big part of, or should be such a big part of every practice. So take care, Dentists in the Know, Chicago Midwinter Dental Meeting 2026.